You know what I like about Anub'arak? The CC is built into his kit. We don't have to pick anything. It's just, hey, I've got 2 stuns. How about that? And an initiate and something that lets me body block. And some self-sustain. What's not to like? Alright, my low HP. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. You can do better. I am Patinator. And if you just want to see some gameplay, and we're going to build Anub'arak Bruiser, so if you already know what that's all about, or you just want to see some gameplay, you can click on the timestamp in the description below, or click on the annotation in the lower left to just skip on straight to the gameplay. I don't mind. You enjoy it the way you want to. But for those of you sticking around and want to hear me ramble, let's take a quick look at his abilities. Oh, I love his kit. I really do. Impale, shoot a land, spikes, damages and stuns enemies. So good. It's a 1 second stun, so it's almost a micro stun, enough to interrupt important abilities, let your team initiate, all that beautiful stuff. Hardened Carapace. Gets a shield, absorbs damage over 50 seconds. What's not to like? As with all shields, you usually want to pop this early in a fight, not after. Let your HP... Protect your HP, rather. Because you can always get more shields, but HP is a little harder to get by. Burrow Charge, burrow underground and charge in a direction. You can press E again to pop back up. Most people have told me not to use this as an initiate, and they're right. Your initiate is Q. When you hit the Q, you can combo it with Burrow Charge to chain. You can chain stuns with yourself, which is pretty nasty. And with the right talents and with the right angling, you can stun someone, Burrow Charge behind them, stun them again, and body block them. What is not to like? You can, depending on the situation, you may also elect to use this as an escape. So, there's a lot of utility in this ability. I love this ability. Anyway, let's move on to the traits. Scarab Host, spawn a beetle whenever an ability is cast. The beetles have not been affected by the recent AI changes or bugs, which is ironic because they're bugs, in the way that Azmodan and Zagara have been. Their summons no longer stick around, they no longer do what they were promised, and they don't no longer switch off or help you with mercenary camps or focus down heroes specifically. Although Azmodan's never really did. But the point is, they're still on point. They're still going to go after the nearest hero and start wailing on them, which gives you a lot of sustained damage. Some poke. Generally a good ability. His 2 hit arcs are Locust Swarm and Cocoon. Cocoon, if you want to get rid of one person really badly or start isolating them, it's like a void person for one person, which is... You know what? That's pretty good. They can attack the web to get that person out, but if they're attacking the web, they're probably not hitting your guys too. And if they're using abilities on the Cocoon specifically, I'd call that a win. 60-second cooldown is respectable. Locust Swarm, on the other hand, makes you all bruisery, which is why I went with Locust Swarm, despite the potential value in shutting up their Artanis Stitches or their Sergeant Hammer. It deals damage around him. Great. It heals him for health. Great. Last 8 seconds. It's everything a bruiser could ever want. Sustain and damage in one neat 100-second cooldown, 100 mana cost package. Let's take a look at the talents. Okay. Bruisers. We are damage and we are tanky. We might not be able to take as many hits as other people, but we make up for that in our pressure, in our presence. Since he has the CC built into his kit, it seems like a good idea to focus on his damage or his tankiness depending on the map and the comp that you're fighting. For example, the map is Battlefield of Eternity, 2 lanes, and most of the time, if not all the time, but a good number of minutes in the match will be spent fighting over immortals and going after mercenary camps that aren't necessarily near lanes, especially the 2 bruiser camps in the middle. So Regeneration Master, while bruisery, because it makes you a little tankier, gives you a little sustain, is not the correct choice, although I really like this talent. I went with Assault Scarab because it's damage. I needed to apply pressure. We had 2 tanks, we had a Stitches and an Artanis. We needed to keep them down. We needed to hurt them. We needed to block skill shots from their Nova, and that's why I picked it. Level 4. Although, by the way, Persistent Carapace, it increases the duration, but it doesn't increase the value of the shield. So it just lets you activate it earlier, which I guess is good if you want more beetles, but still. Extended spikes if you're going for CC, but we're going bruisery. The CC is built in. We'll just have to work with what we've got. We sacrificed our reach and some of our extended CC for more tankiness and more damage. Underking. Okay, I know I just said we were going to sacrifice some of our CC, but Underking is so good. Increased range and lowered cooldown on burrow charge. You know what that means? You can stun someone, burrow behind them, stun them again when you pop up, and instantly body block. If someone is out of position, you're going to make them pay. Other alternatives here, Legion of Beetles is actually okay if you don't feel the need for Underking. If they have divers, you may not need Underking all that much since they will come into your range anyway. Legion of Beetles, Anub'arak automatically spawns beetle every 8 seconds, can be toggled on and off. That's important because the beetles will reveal you much like Abathur's locusts. Which is weird because you can't turn off Abathur's locusts. I feel like you should be able to. But anyway, I went with Underking. I wanted to reach. Level 7. Let's see. Bed of Barbs is so good. Create a bed of spikes along Impale's path that slows enemy movement speed for 3.5 seconds. And it stays, so people can walk in and then start slowing down. You create a zone where your guys can just start. It's a great initiate, makes your Q extremely powerful. But I went with Leeching Scarabs. Because the area, Battlefield of Eternity has a lot of choke points. And the slow, I feel, would not be as relevant. Also because I wanted more tankiness. And Leeching Scarabs will make us more tanky. If we are near our beetles, they will heal us for half of each attack. And that doesn't seem like a lot, but you can have like 4 beetles running around healing you. So that's pretty good. Level 10, we've discussed the heroics. Level 13, Burning Rage is pretty much the premier bruiser talent because you hug people and you hurt them. What's not to like? Chitinous Plating is good, increases your shield if you need more tankiness. Generally speaking, and by no means this is no law. I am not the Bible of warriors or bruisers. But generally speaking, when you build a warrior, 1 to 7 is set. That's what defines what you're going to do. And it is expressed in Anub'arak's talents. Each of these serves a different purpose. This is damage, this is sustain, this is questionable, this is CC. Each of them indicates both to your team and to the enemy what you're going to do. Levels 13 and 16 are often utility tiers for warriors. It's about reacting to what the enemy has built and further shutting down their offense or further countering their options. At level 13, I went with Burning Rage because we're going to hug warriors a lot. I needed more sustained damage. The only person who could really hurt me on the enemy team at this point was Sergeant Hammer. And we just needed to stay out of her range because the warriors, Artanis tends to dive. Stitches would be a problem, but with Stitches we could just easily E out. And we're going to hug their warriors a lot. And we're going to hug Sergeant Hammer a lot. We're going to get a lot of value out of Burning Rage. Spell Shield, there wasn't anyone who really worried me with their abilities. Maybe Nova. But even then, that's one character. Beetles get a shield. Yeah, well, your Beetles get a shield. If you're feeling greedy. Level 16. Epicenter. A lot of value in it if people are often forced into a small area. And strangely enough, in Battlefield of Eternity, they're not clumped as much. They usually try to circle the Immortal, which makes sense. Because that's how raids go, I guess. And people generally play safe. They never fight the Immortal from the middle. Because it's so obvious that that's one of the few things. So obvious that it's a bad idea to do it there. So Epicenter, not necessarily a great call. Beetlejuiced is if your beetles are doing all the work for you and you can't charge in, and that may happen. They may have so much damage in QM on the enemy team that you can't actually get in. Why not let your beetles do the work? Not saying it's necessarily the smartest idea all the time, but it is there. Imposing Presence if you're getting targeted by a lot of auto attacks, and it works extremely well if they think you're soft. The thing is, Anub'arak, since the Cho'gall patch, has been very deceptively soft. I've been guilty of targeting him because he's got low HP. But he's got sustain, he's got CC, he can negate your damage for 2 seconds while he stuns you, and then he can leave, or he pops his Locust Swarm, and then he's healing and damaging you at the same time. He looks soft, but not soft enough to make him a good target. But people still do that. So you can go with Imposing Presence to punish them for that. You can go with Imposing Presence so you can dive in on a Vala or a Sergeant Hammer. You can also go for Blood if they have his Stitches, because he has a lot of HP and you can just steal health from him and heal for twice that amount, which is the option I went with. Both could have worked, but I preferred the life because at the I believe at the time I picked it, I was low on health and I wanted to stay in the fight. So there's that. Level 20. Crypt Weave is okay. Increases trap time. But it doesn't increase the health of the cocoon. Hive Master, gain a permanent life-stealing locust. It's okay if you want more sustain. But I picked Hardened Shield to... because they don't have a lot of damage on their team. And I tended to go first because we had a Rexar on our team. And I had my buddy Bear hanging out with me. And people know not to shoot Misha. At least most of them know not to shoot Misha by now. So they're going to look at me. So I went with Hardened Shield to protect us. Rewind. Absolutely beautiful ability. Absolutely good call in many cases. But I went with Hardened Shield because I just wanted to survive more. This does not necessarily let us do that. It lets us land more CC. But this keeps us alive. If you think I should have picked Rewind, you might not be wrong. You may be absolutely correct. But I went with Hardened because I wanted to live. I was thinking Bruiser. Life. Damage. Hardened Shield. Anyway. I enjoyed making this video. It was a lot less stressful than the Nova video. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy watching it too. I think the toughest call for me at the moment is whether or not I should go for Regeneration Master or not. My first instinct is no. Because there are only 2 lanes, so we can't really get those stacks going. Okay, that was early. Oh, that's Veranova. That's good. But we will stay in lane. I'm gonna go with Assault Scarab. We're gonna go Bruisery, I think. We're not the only tank. We've got Misha. I will shove this out there. Okay, there's a Sergeant Hammer in our lane. We don't have range. Let's try to remember that. I will pop my shield just to send the Scarab out there. Keep the lane pushed back. We are gonna play defensive. Sergeant Hammer owns our lane. There's pretty much no question about that. Let's stun her. Okay, our gankers are over there, so I don't feel the need particularly to do anything about that right now. I'm not gonna charge in, that would be nuts. Okay, now we're in the middle again, so we're gonna back. I'm actually gonna tap the well early. I think it should be back up before the Immortal starts spawning, which is okay. She's gonna get a few good shots off our building. There's no question about that. Okay, there we go. I saw the Nova walk in there, so let's go grab the Nova. Let's go help out our Nova. Let's block for our Nova. Let's see, we have 2 Stuffy, so we're gonna have to play around them. Let's see, what do they need? They need an Initiate, they need a Distraction, they need something. They need early poke to bring the bad guys, our enemies, down into range, into their kill potential. So we're probably gonna die a little bit. Okay, do we defend or attack? My bet is defend. But I've been wrong before. Because they have a Sergeant Hammer. They have a damage to deal with this. Okay, let's stun them. And just let the beetles do their work. Good beetles. Good beetles. Okay, we have an Abathur. They have 2 people without lane presence, but there are also only 2 lanes. So I'm not sure how to feel about that. Team is backing away. Team is fighting a Nova clone. Not sure how to feel about that. But the Beetle is doing work. I think that's what's important to note here. Let's see. Legion of Beetles is okay, but I want the reach. I want the initiate. I want the lowered range. So I'm going to pop over there. Too far. Land all the stuns ever. Body block this Sergeant Hammer until she's in trouble. Okay. You win this one. Okay, you win this one. That is an Artanis with a stun for you. That's an Artanis with a Abathur hat at level 4. Depending on what they do, it may be very bad for us. If he went Symbiote, it's extremely bad for us. Because they got a lot more sustain than we do. Okay, time to go. Just poke them out. We're in a good spot, actually. I think we have time to back. Unless the team has other ideas. Yeah. Our guy's backing. We can let them chunk down Immortals for a little bit. I want to re-engage at full health. They're plot committed to this. The good news is we're still way ahead. Their immortal is at half health. We're at, ours is basically at full. 30 minutes 30 into the game. We're one full level ahead. Our Tannis has made a huge mistake, and we're gonna body block him until he dies. Okay, this is working out. Okay, let's see if we can grab the stitches. Land the stun. Kill the stitches. Call it a day. Okay, their Sergeant Hammer is unopposed, but I don't think it's gonna matter all that much. We're still gonna get our immortal off first. He died. Why did I get a killing spree? That can't be the real Nova. It is the real Nova. Jeez. Take it easy, guys. Why would you walk to wherever the objective was? I guess that Nova might be new. That's understandable. Push with it. Well, we don't have the split push potential. Look at the comp. So we're gonna have to work this way. I will body block the stitches. I want to kill the stitches. We have killed the stitches. Also, we're about to die, so we're gonna back. Tap the well and re-engage at a later date. Okay, what do I want to do as an Anub'arak? Poke, stun, body block. That's why we took the increased range. And we got the stun off. And we're gonna pop over here. Hey, that's the real Nova. I don't need that. Okay. They have a lot of damage and I want to stay in the fight. Bit of barbs lets our guys get good hits off. Pop up. Oh, we missed the spines, but we got another kill. But I'm gonna go with leeching scarabs to give us that bruisery presence. Delicious bruisery presence. See, I can do that now, because my beetles will do work. Oh no, you win this one, Beetles, I'm just a bug, how could you do that to me? Oh, that's a shame. We have a death. Well, that was gonna happen to begin with. Let's see. Well, we're doing fine so far. We're initiating for the team, we're body blocking, we're aiming our burrow charge appropriately. I think that was too greedy. To go after that stitches. That was not a fight that we needed to win. Always fight for something. Don't just fight because the fight is there. Fight around Okay. Their Nova's... Is their Nova getting stacks? No. Their Nova is not getting stacks. Come on, guys. Beetles, do some work. At least their AI hasn't been messed up by the... Oh, it's a Zeratul Phoenix. That's gonna confuse the heck out of me. Okay, that's the real Nova? Yeah, that's the real Nova. Okay, time to go. Body blocking for our Zeratul. We're gonna win this one. At least disengagement. Just pop that, pop the shield back in, let the beetles do the work for us. And fortunately, our Vala and our Rexar came in to save the day because Zeratul and I were overmatched. And we're back on schedule. Okay, let's go jungle. Since our beetles have not been affected by the... let's get the bug. Since our beetles have not been affected by the weird changes to minion AI, we should be doing well. Zagara's summons and... I will pop this. I just want to get this as quickly as possible. Locust Swarm. We could shut them down, reduce them to 3 active people on the field. Possibly even interrupt a symbiote. Can't. Sorry. Gotta go. This is a bad engagement. There's nothing to gain here. There's nothing to gain here, man. Zeratul is busy chunking down there. I guess there's something to gain here. Nope. Just send the beetles out. No hooks for you. Yeah, let's get out of here. I thought they were gonna go in, so I went in. That's the real one. That's the one. Yeah. That's the one. Okay, our sustain is on R. So when we engage next... okay, we're out of mana, so that's not good. Fortunately, their Sergeant Hammer wasn't... She was defensively set up, but it wasn't enough to make it work. Beetles, please? Oh, I guess we're getting this kill. We're getting his stitches, at least. Yeah, we're gonna get that stitches. Okay, we actually got a lot of damage off on our Immortal. I should back. I'm just gonna poke this, send a beetle their way, and I'm gonna back. I think this is out of vision range, so they won't be able to really pick, target us with that insanity. Anub'arak is harfing, that's us. Okay. Our initiates have been kind of on point. 2 questionable engagements so far. The one up top when we got killed, and the one at bot. We didn't get killed there, but it's still questionable. Yes, I'll be the first to say that our success currently is largely due to Vernova's questionable decision making. But you gotta learn somewhere. I'm not gonna poop on their Nova because she's not playing particularly well. That happens. I'm trying to be more positive after the last Nova game. My head was just not in the right headspace for that. Sometimes I miss the extra range on the Q for the level 1, but I feel like the damage for our beetles is far more valuable. Should we go in? No, we're in too good a position. Okay. I'll stay in it. Okay, let's pick up our sustain. I will pick up Burning Rage because that is the premier bruiser talent. And I don't think there's not a lot of ability damage on them, except maybe on Nova. And they want it. They get it. I will sit on this. You know she can kill us. Okay, she's gonna kill us. We're gonna have to go. This is tragic. And we're gone. Shields up. Beetles! The chase is on. Ah, we died. I want to say questionable going after that Sergeant Hammer, but I think we need to focus on the positives. We're doing well. We've got all the kills in the world. We've got map superiority in that they have no forts up. They have no level 1 forts up. And the Sergeant Hammer Hey, I know I've been making questionable decisions all game, but I was gonna say that I wouldn't walk into a fight like that, but I totally would. The bloodlust would be real. Okay, we traded a lot of deaths for that guy. She must be feeling pretty good about herself. So we're gonna stay away from her. I don't want her to feel confident. Confidence may be a slow and insidious killer, but it's still confidence. That's the real Nova. I will body block this just to get the kill. Ah, he ulted. That's a shame. That's not the real Nova. Gotta go. Send a beetle out. See if it finds anything relevant. Well, the beetle ignored Ortanis, so I guess it didn't find anything relevant. What are we doing? Long stun. Press that R, get that sustain up. Get that Nova. Okay. That's a lot of deaths in a very short amount of time. But it's still working out. 2 of our deaths have been in the last 2 minutes, which is a shame. This is not a good engagement for them anymore. The problem is once we hit 16, Ortanis becomes a real threat. And our spike at 16? Not that big. We got Epicenter. Beetle's Juiced is okay. Imposing Presence might be worth it to negate Vernova and Sergeant Hammer. And even their Ortanis. Ortanis has a lot of auto attacks on him. Let's see what their Abathur is built. Adrenal Overload. Okay, we gotta be careful. Adrenal Overload on their Hammer is a real problem. Fortunately, their Hammer is dead. What is it with triple tap? I know it does significantly more damage, around 800 more damage on average than Precision Barrage, but still, that's the real Nova. Okay, late game. We're not as tanky anymore, so let's play careful. We can't just dive in with our E and expect to live anymore. We should get this. Or should we is that the real one? That is totally the real one. Just appeal, just appeal. And we're gonna wait for our Zertul to come back up. Okay, let's see. The game is probably Protect the Vala. I know that was an early shield. Now we don't have our shield, but it comes off cooldown pretty quickly. Okay, lucky stun. Our sustain is back up, and now I don't want to stay in the range of their hammer. Okay. Yeah. Blood for blood, sure. I'll take blood for blood. I mean, it's more heals, and we may get more value out of imposing. But I want the heal. We sat in the stun. We should go. We should totally go. This is not a good place to back, by the way. Oh, wait. Nova's over there. We're gonna die here. We didn't die there. Shocking. Let's see. Enemy immortal is at half. I can hear coughing in the background, but that's okay. Pay no attention to the coughing in the background. Let's see. Well, we can do this. Oh, backle. That fin usually gets me when I'm hard committed. I never click on it fast enough. That's the real Nova because she's got the hat on her. Let's see. We're gonna do this. Okay, our team is disengaged. We shall disengage with them. I will stun Viartanis. I will destroy Viartanis' sustain. Maybe we can get this one too. Ah, we got stunned. Press the W, get the shield up. That's the real Nova. No need for that. No, 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 no. Oh, we landed the stun. We landed a stun. Okay. Our sustain should be back up real soon. Oh, we should go. We're in range. Just dropping the shield to make Nova regret everything she's done. She's targeting our guys. Nova. If you're gonna pick that town, you better know when it's, relevant. We landed the stun, but we can't engage on this, even though our Nova is behind them. So I will tap the well. 15 seconds in. Okay. Hammer's starting to hurt a lot. Okay, we almost got her. Well, no, that's not true. We didn't almost get her. Unfortunately, the enemy team has caught up. Now we can back. We lost a foot. Our immortal is attacking. That's the good news. The bad news is our Vala is dead. They appear to be catching up on kills, and we are no longer as tanky. Early game, I know that the scaling was supposed to make everything all relative, but early game, he's just really... He still has warrior stats. The problem is now we're in the late game. We can't just dive in anymore. I guess you should never have done that to begin with, but it's more expressed now. Okay, this is a 4 and 5, so I'm not a fan of that. But we are pushing their hammer out, so we can make something beautiful happen here. That can't be the real Nova. Absolutely not. Okay, this is questionable. Okay, let's get that Stitches. That's the real Nova. Land the stun! Dang, we did not land the stun. Well, now we're gonna get an Artanis. Yeah. 16. Artanis is deadly at 16. The good news is only Abathur is alive, and we can make something beautiful happen here. We can take this, and then we can take all of our camps, because they can't oppose us. Yeah, exactly. Let's do this. Zeratul, please help. I mean, I can take this, but I don't want to. Yo, beetles! Beetles juiced. I used to love that ability. I still do, but I'm also smarter now. Zeratul is scouting for us. That's good. We have our escape up anyway. Just using that to get the beetles up. We would be a more efficient jungler, I think, if we picked up Legion of Beetles, but we wouldn't have the body blocking potential. Nobody is heading towards us, despite... Yes, please help. This is taking forever. Oh, just in time. Neat. Okay, that's an Abby. No? No. Let's see. Double stuns or hardened shield? There is value in double stuns. There is immense value in double stuns. Hardened shield. Had to do it. Had to protect our guy. We melted them. Okay. Give me my sustain. Give me my sustain. My sustain is up. The beetles are up. Vampiric beetles for the win. And basically covering for my mistakes, allowing me to do some amazing things. Not sure, but this is a good spot for us. We could die here quite easily. Everything is on cooldown. I know the immortals are up, but 3 of them are dead. So we can take a lot and then pop the immortal. Me? Really? I know I'm soft for a warrior, but I'm still a warrior. Okay, that's the real Nova. Just making sure the beetles know who to pick on. Okay, we got this. It is another victory for the Scourge. Thanks, Anub'arak. The fact that we had double cloak is usually a problem, because lane presence isn't, you know, we'll have weaker lane presence as a whole, but wow, Stitches, please. Wow, that is a brave back. I will be shocked if she doesn't die. Well, color me shocked, I guess. But since there are only 2 lanes, we were able to cover everything. Cover everything, rather. Okay, we're here. We're here. Okay, let's drain health. We got stunned. That's okay. Yeah, okay. My beetles are still gonna work. We're leaving. You in. Gotta go. Too low on health to contribute. And death timers are a big deal at this point. So it's... I want to stay in, but dying would be a greater loss. Besides, 3 of them are down. Why let it become a 3-for-2 trade? 1 for 3 is enough. Oof. This should be game. If we're very, very lucky. If we've been very, very good. It is Christmas. Lately I've been on the wrong side of stompings. That's just how quick match is. There are ebbs and flows. Sometimes you go on a streak, and sometimes you try to make Nova work, and you just stop recording for the day because... No, it was a good game. I just felt... I don't know, it drained me. Wait for that immortal. Beetles. Rewind is good. Don't get me wrong. Rewind is a good talent, but it just felt like the wrong talent for the moment. No need to go after that. Well, there was no need for it, but I guess we're just going to. Let's press that R, get more damage out from our beetles and more heals. Well, that worked out. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you can subscribe to the Dark Fluffy Cloud channel or follow me at twitter.com/Patinator so you don't miss a thing. I am Patinator. I'll see you later.